I think we are.
Yeah, we are totally nerds.
I'm, without a doubt, a huge space nerd. I love everything space related, and anything technology based is good in my book. So, and then I think she's a nerd, if not by association.
I think we are the biggest nerds we know.
Yes, and we know a lot of nerds. I'm Nicholas Snyder.
And I'm Angela Snyder.
And we do the Nerdbots. Nerdbots are the found sculpture art that we do out of our studio here in Kansas City. And they are one-of-a-kind sculptures never to be reproduced and created mostly from found objects that we find all over Kansas City.
Pretty much we go out to scrapyards, junkyards, antique stores, and we kind of just scavenge for different items that we find interesting or cool and bring them back to our studio, kind of piecemeal them all together, and somehow it just works out to where it takes on this little personality and becomes a robot.
The salvage yards are one of our favorite places. It provides an opportunity to really take something literally out of a heap of garbage and give it new life.
Yeah. Want to try it?
Sure.
We take our gloves, our work gloves, and we just start picking through heaps of junk, looking for like the one cool thing that we know will just be amazing on a robot. It's twins.
Twins. And Angela definitely does the sweet talking when it comes to the salvage yard guys.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only female ever to go to a scrapyard to just browse. Well, we buy all of our metal when we come to the scrapyard by the pound, and so I don't know how they can tell what's what, but different types of metal cost different amounts, and they weigh it all here on the scale and then just give us our magical total at the end.
They love her. And she always comes back with a smile on her face because she knows she got the best deal.
I got a good deal.
The tools that we use range anywhere from just nuts and bolts to welding to cold welding, anything that really binds things together really well, depending on the materials that we use. So if it's a really two tough metals, welding might be the best bet for that. If it's something that we can use nuts and bolts, that's also an option there. But it's really sort of like the robots. It's not, we don't preconceive what process we're going to use. We'll put the pieces together and see, okay, it looks like this is going to work out the best.
They either look good together or they don't. We don't really have anything in mind when we start out. We just kind of piecemeal things together.
We're probably the only people that go to the Home Depot and then they ask, can I help you find anything? And we're just browsing, in the nuts and bolts aisle or the pipes aisle or.
People probably think we're hoarders when they see us out and about, but actually we just like recycling things that we see some potential in, and so we're always dragging things back to our studio that we think could work. We go out shopping and talk about things as though they're like a head or an arm or a body. And I'm sure people, when they see us out, think we are completely crazy, but it works.
It works.
A lot of times our studio space becomes a disaster area. We pull out all kinds of parts from our shelves. We're like trying to figure out what head goes with what body. We're pulling out arms. We have like actual arm buckets, and we have leg buckets, and we have an accessories department. And so we kind of pull everything out on the ground and we're mixing and matching. It's almost like Legos or something.
Yeah.
And then they just sort of take on a life of their own. They either look good together or they don't. As we're building them, the personalities kind of come to life a little bit as we put the heads on and add eyes. And as we build them, we talk about what we think they're like, you know, if they have hobbies or if they have likes or dislikes, and then we write those into little bios that we send along with the robot when it's purchased.
A lot of those personality traits are our own personal nerdy habits or likes or dislikes or things that we can't shake as being a nerd quality, which is a positive now. I think nerd is becoming more of a positive connotation with, you know, technology and, you know, nerds rule the world. So right now it's definitely a good thing to be a nerd. Yeah,
we embrace it.
Our very first one was Leotron. It just sounded like anything with the word Tron in it, you know, is going to lend itself to, I guess, a robot name.
This is Hopkins.
Hopkins. Hopkins doesn't have any deciphering marking, so.
A lot of times they kind of name themselves because there's a logo on it or it's a brand, something on the actual head or body that has something on it. But other times we just sort of brainstorm and look at it and it kind of comes to us. It just looks like something.
So a lot of Icos and Motorola, so we're on like Motorola 4 now.
From the beginning, when we were trying to think of like what image really personified nerds, we just immediately landed on the pocket protector.
The pocket protector is sort of the, you know, international sign of nerd.
And so for us, it's kind of like our little nerdy badge of honor. We actually have these stickers that we hand out, and we love when we see them on someone's car when we're like out on the street.
No, they're a nerd too, and they're proud.
They're a fellow nerd.
Yes. I think there is a Nerd Pride Day.
There is, yeah, it's like May something. Nerd Pride Day.
Might as well be my birthday.